So if you guys look through my town right now, you're going to notice it's kind of destroyed at this point. I've basically torn down every mountain, and now I'm in the process of rebuilding everything exactly how I want it and making that stuff up, terraforming, and then creating paths and things like that where I want it to be. It's all going to be a process. It's going to take a while, and I'm not going to be at 5 stars probably anytime soon. And you guys are going to see things that I experiment on as I experiment on them in my videos. You know, right now, for instance, I'm working on this type of thing that I'm doing with these fences and these wood paths. I think it looks really clean, and I think I may try to do that to most of the island with these sort of moats around houses, except it's not going to just be a moat, but that's a different topic for a different day. But today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going over to a 5-star island. I asked you guys about it a few days ago, and I had one person reach out and say, hey, I have a 5-star island, definitely come over. I've got some tips and tricks for people that may want to get a 5-star island as well. So I'll go ahead and share them. And thanks to OG Astrophil for going ahead and doing that. You can follow him over at Twitter. I don't know if he's posting anything as far as Animal Crossing is concerned at this point, but he might after this. So guys, we just landed in Welburn. This is again a 5-star island, and I can't wait to show you all around it. We're gonna go over some tips and tricks shortly, but I just want to go over the island as a layout first beforehand, because it looks really clean. So just taking a walk through here, you can see that there's some really nice pathing. That's very important, as well as a huge amount of fences. Now, fences are a major component of being a 5-star island. You're going to want to make sure that you have tons of them all around everywhere, really. It's definitely extremely important to making sure. Wow, look at that too. Very nice sort of display over here with the lighthouse and the wind turbine, as well as a nice little binocular setup. Can you look out this? I don't think you can. Either way, really nice setup here. Definitely sort of reminiscent of some of the older games where you did have a lighthouse in it. I wish you could go in this one like you could in the old game, but you know, it's still really cool. I like it. Really clean pathing, tons of flowers. He's going for a whole bunch of hybrids, which, you know, definitely having a ton of flowers is going to help you get a lot of hybrids, as well as making sure that you have all of the required flowers that you need to have to get a 5-star island. Got some money trees over there. It looks like we have an orchard over here. Good grief, dude. That is huge. Massive orchard, tons of cherries, tons of pears. Ugh. Lots more fences, lots more flowers. Looking for those hybrids again. Very nice, very nice. I just gotta say, I really like this bridge and then the waterfall behind it. I know that this is a very basic thing, but I really like that. Got a nice little well over here. That's cool. Moving on down towards this area, we've got our campsite, as well as a nice mic and guitar setup. That's cool as well. And then got some amps and things to just sort of blow your face off right here. An outhouse, because that's extremely important, obviously. Plenty more flowers, plenty more fences. Man, this is, you really have taken great advantage of your space on this island. I have to say, major props on that. We got a nice fire pit on the beach. I have to imagine this is pretty awesome looking at night. Now, as I walk through this town, you may notice there are a few strategies being used to actually take advantage of space and get to a 5-star island without really using up all the space on your island. Now, the first major strategy you're seeing is that there are a lot of things just hidden behind houses, and it's not really super obvious unless you're actually looking for it, but there are quite a few things just kind of sat behind houses and then fenced in, and you don't really notice it again unless you're actually looking behind the houses and trying to find it, or if you have this sort of aerial view with the camera. And that's going to be a major thing you want to take advantage of when you're trying to build a 5-star island. When you're trying to make a 5-star island, you just need a base amount of items on it. It doesn't matter what kind of way that they're organized or where they're put. So if you can get stackable items and put them behind houses, you're getting 2 points for every 2 items that goes behind a house, and you can fit up to 6 or 8 items behind a house that you probably won't even notice very often anyways. That means that if you're focusing on making your town look as good as it can, and you want to maximize your space, then you can put stuff behind houses that you really don't care too much about, get more points towards a 5-star island, and then focus more on pathing and fencing to make things look amazing and how exactly you want it to. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Phil's house. He's got something going on that he wants to show you guys. Let me in. Hello? Oh man, that is clean. Little bit dark, a little bit dark on that wallpaper. You know, the whole skull and chains there, but it looks good, I have to say. I like the desk as well. The the gigantic red skull sitting on the desk. That's a nice touch. It's a nice touch. Terrifying. Okay, onwards. Into the next room. Very clean. Oh, we got SpongeBob. That's awesome, dude. I love it. SpongeBob and Patrick and Squidward's houses. This is fantastic. I really like that. And then it's just got a nice vibe to it anyways, you know? You feel sort of this natural feel to it. Some nice plants. And then the wallpaper has some trees and stuff on it too. You good there? Oh, hey. What's going on there? So yeah, all in all, a really nice looking house. I have to say, great job on just the general design and everything. It definitely has a nice theme to it, and I really like it. Ha! Ta-da! Now guys, one final tip from Phil is that you make sure that you're always using your resources. He had tons of wood and tons of ore and rocks and things like that stored up in his storage, and it was just a waste to leave it there. Make sure you're crafting things constantly and just filling out your town. Again, that's what he did by stacking those barrels and pots and things like that in the background, using up all of his clay, his iron, and his wood, and then that got him to a 5-star island very quickly. Literally, he said he did it overnight from a 2-star island. So you can do this very quickly as well. You just have to take advantage of these few tips. Now, one other very important thing that I think is worth mentioning here is that Phil has a lot of stuff left to do. He's got a lot left that he's working on at this point that he hasn't finished up with. You know, you're looking at a whole bunch of weeds, a whole bunch of flowers and trees and things like that that haven't been sort of put into place like the rest of the island has. And if you look at his map, there's a pretty decent area that just hasn't been worked on at all, and that's totally fine. You can still get a 5-star island without having a perfect island that's a complete work of art in every single square, okay? You don't need to have it like that. You can just gradually work towards completing your island over time, but you will get a 5-star island before you're actually completed with it in most cases anyways. Oh man, look at that Easter Island statue sitting up on the rocks here. Very cool. Gotta love it. I wish you could use the binoculars and like see what's out on the horizon. It's pretty cool. So is this town perfect? No, it's not. It has a lot of room for improvement towards the top end of it. If you see on the map, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And there obviously can be things done to it to reduce the amount of things behind houses, and he's going to gradually do that over time, I'm sure. But generally, it looks really good, and you can see a lot of different clear design ideas that he's going for when he made all of these, and I really think that he did a great job with it, especially taking into account the tips he had for you guys. So again, guys, huge shout out to Phil for going ahead and showing off his island to us today, a 5-star island that he did a very, very solid job on, and I really think that there's a lot of room to improve on it as well, and I can't wait to see what he does with it. So it's going to be pretty cool down the line to see how this eventually turns out. I will see you guys very, very soon for the next one. As always, have a fantastic day, and until then, peace.